greeting to each and every one of you on this special day, National Science Day celebration of the incredible contribution made by Indian scientists. And today we gather to recognize the remarkable achievement of Sir C.V. Raman, who discovered the Raman effect. Our theme for today's session, empowering Indian youth for global leadership in science and innovation for
ये
Viksit Bharat,
5 मिनट लगेंगे, बैठ जाओ चलो.
and is call to action for all of us. We believe that our youth have the potential to become global leaders in science and innovation, and it's our responsibility to empower them with the right skill, knowledge, and opportunities. So now uh, I welcome to our worthy director, sir, Dr. G. D. Gupta, sir, to welcome to our esteemed speaker of the event, Dr. Devesh Kapoor. Over to Gupta, sir. Please, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Manish ji. So, first of all, on behalf of ISF College of Pharmacy, being a director, I welcome today's very dynamic, dedicated speaker, Dr. Devesh U Kapoor, uh, from the Dr. Dayaram Patel Pharmacy College, Bardoli, Gujarat. And I also welcome all the distinguished faculty members, students, and number of the person, those who are direct connect on our YouTube channel on the occasion of the National Science Day celebration 2025. So, sir, from core of might, I welcome you all on this platform and also thankful for accepting our invitation. Number of time I have visited the Gujarat, and we know that the Gujarat peoples and Gujarat culture related to the full of the, you can say, hospitality as well as the full of the science, and each and everyone is the down to earth. So the selection of the speaker by the Dr. Manish Kumar, it is a very very excellent, and I know that the industrial approach in the Ahmedabad or Gujarat people is the at a highest, you can say, in a technical manner. So this is the good opportunity to each and everyone. And I hope that today's talk, today's discussion session, it will be the helpful to each and everyone. As we know that our country in 2025, as we can say up to the 2030, we have the one of the world best country and have the most of the youngest people, more than the, you can say, peoples, they are under the category of the average size of the 35 year. So this is the golden year, and our Bardi Prime Minister, he has the mention that he want to this country as a Viksit Bharat, Nishandehe Roop se 2047, it will be the very very helpful to each and everybody. That is why the titles or the theme selected of this year, empowering Indian youth for global leadership, science and innovation for the Viksit Bharat. So I hope that each and everybody contribute and participates in the technical manner, innovation, entrepreneurship, why the using of the technology with the help of the science. Indian science obviously highly developed and need to convert in the form of the developed form in the form of the technology, so that you can utilize in the all of the parameter, either it may be the education or some of the facility whichever we have the required. And it will be we have all proved that during the COVID-19 our country did the excellent job, and the recognition of the India throughout the world, provide the vaccination near about the 90 country. So this is the one of the biggest achievement, and this is the one of the transparency of our country. That is why we know that our Indian culture, Indian system, Indian education, Indian research always helpful to the each and everyone. So I hope that this types of the things, it will be the helpful to the each and everyone. So first of all, I am thankful to the today's expert. Without taking more time, and this is the good opportunity to each and everyone, listen carefully, because this is the online platform, and mute your mic whenever you require to ask the question. You can send your question on the chat box, or you can say send raise your hand. So at the end, our expert, our organizing committee, they all will take your question, and definitely we will try to resolve or discuss your problem, because this is the interactive session. So obviously you can listen carefully and you can reply accordingly. Today, as you know, that our six of the students, they have appeared one of the innovation of the presentation, and all they have to the selected. So this is the also one of the good thing, and I congratulate to all the students, and I hope that after the today's talk it will be the helpful in their future, and they can also develop their innovation and contribution toward the Viksit Bharat. So each person's contribution helpful for the growth of the country, not only the education, in all the way, technology and each and everything you can be do according to your innovation, according to your idea, according to your thought process. So again, I welcome all the experts as well as the all the participants, and thankful to the organizing committee members, Dr. Manish ji, coordinator of the IIC, for provide this opportunity to interact such types of the very important and very you can say useful. I hope that this talk will be the useful to the each and everyone. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words, for inspirational word every time for us. Now, before start the talk, I would like to introduce our esteemed speaker, Dr. Devesh Kapoor. So, Devesh Kapoor is working as a lecturer, Dr. Dayaram Patel College of Pharmacy, Bardoli, District Surat, Gujarat. Since September 2010, he did his B Pharm from the University of Rajasthan, Jaipur, and M.Pharm in Pharmaceutics from Rajasthan University of Health Sciences, Jaipur, Rajasthan. He has completed his PhD in Pharmaceutical Science in 2013. Dr. Kapoor has 18 years of teaching and administrative experience. He has more than 120 research and review articles in national and international journals of repute. He is supervising 4 PhD students in the field of nano drug delivery system, modified drug release. He has contributed several chapters in book published by Elsevier, Bentham Science, MDPI, Springer, and Wiley. Dr. Kapoor serves as a editorial board member of Scientific Reports, Springer, and recent Advanced Drug Delivery System, Drug Delivery and Formulation, Bentham Science. He has reviewed manuscript for approximately 30 journals from prestigious publishers, including Elsevier, Springer, Wiley, Frontiers, Dove Press, Bentham Science. He is currently editing 9 international books with renowned publishers such as Elsevier and Bentham Science. He fetched grant from different government organizations such as Gujarat Council of Science and Technology, Gujarat State Biotechnology Mission for organizing national seminar. He also fetched grant from AICT Atal for organizing faculty development program. He has 8 design patents in his credit. He has delivered more than 15 expert talks and was invited to scientific session at several national conferences, seminar, and workshop. So I would like to Devesh sir to start his talk. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Please, sir.
Yes. Thanks a lot, Dr. Manish Kumar, sir, for the introduction. And as Dr. Gupta, sir, said, first of all, I would like to congratulate to the students who got some selected for the innovation, something they have presented, or they all got selected. So just I'd like to congratulate IFCP. And Dr. GD Gupta sir is a role model for all the young researchers and all the academicians. And I have heard a lot about Dr. Gupta earlier, but this is the first time when I am interacting with sir. So just I'd like to thank you, sir, for giving me an opportunity to interact.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot. Actually, Dr. Shailesh Sharma is my senior, sir, from BN College of Pharmacy. So he is just my current senior in Sutex. So I also did masters from BN College of Pharmacy, Udaipur, sir.
Okay. In which
Right.
year?
Sir, actually in 2007, sir. I passed out in 2007. Right, sir. Right. So I heard a lot about you, sir. Like how you did a lot of things, like autonomous institute. Like it is something like equivalent to IITs. So this is a great achievement by any individual in the pharmacy field who is running a course which is autonomous, especially in the pharmacy field. So definitely, sir. Hats off to you. Thank you, sir. Again, so definitely thanks a lot, Dr. Manish, sir, for inviting me and for share my thoughts on. Like I am just like a learner right now. I cannot say that I am the expert, but definitely whatever I have learned, so I would like to share things with the students and with the participants. So, sir, should I start? Should I present my PPT, sir?
Yes, sir, yes. Please, sir.
Okay, okay. Yes, yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sir, is it visible?
Yes, sir, yes.
Okay, fine, fine. So my today's talk is definitely I'm going to talk about the academic writing skills, which is like need of an hour, and whatever the things we are either we are doing in the research. So definitely, if we are publishing those things, so it will be good for us, and it will be good for the other people as well, so they can get what is going on and what are the new things, they can get the idea about it. So whatever, like if it is either it is a review or the research, definitely it should get published, so that other people can get the benefit from that. And whatever the innovative things we are doing in the lab, so definitely in the form of research papers we can publish, and people can get the benefit of that innovation. So my talk is on strengthening research and academic writing skills, which is a pathway for Indian youth to lead global scientific innovations. Definitely, whatever the things we are going to publish, it is supposed to be reached to the on a global level, and global viewers and global researchers, they can also read, and they can interact in that way. So different kind of academic documents we can publish, or we can work. So here are the some few examples. We can do some case study. We can write a technical report. We can write book chapters. We can edit the book as well. We can write some review notes. Research proposal is a important one. Research paper is an important one. Laboratory reports, some for the clinical trials and some other people, and research reports. So except for that, like some editorials we can also write. So here are the some documents, or some like type of things which we can work, and we can publish in a different journals. So these are the one. These are the few examples for that. The first thing is that anything here we are going to discuss mainly about the review and research paper if we are going to write. So what kind of things we have to keep in our mind when we are going to prepare either a review or the research. So the first thing is literature search, which is in very how we are supposed to do and how we can proceed with that. So first is like identify topic of your interest. So whatever, like you belongs to which area, either you are from pharmacology, pharmaceutics, or chemistry, or from cognosy, like whatever your area of interest. So that is like that is very important. So explore the areas of research that fascinates you and which is your of core competencies. So that we have to first see. Then generate related questions. We have to generate some kind of questions we can ask, and we can develop what kind of things we are going to investigate for that particular topic. Again, this is a very important thing. Identify the gaps in the current knowledge to address. So whatever the work is already done, and what we can pursue. So that is a very important thing. Either we are going to write a review or we are going to research. So definitely whatever the work is done, so we have to think out of the box, and we have to see what we can inculcate and what we can include something different in that particular part. Either it is like a review or the research. So definitely unsolved problems we have to mention, and if our gap is good, if we have identified the good gap, so definitely the work will be published in a good journal. The next one is research process. Definitely, we have to do a thorough literature review. We have to see the recent work which is done on that particular part, on the particular topic, or on the particular theme which you are supposed to work, or which you are thinking that you should choose. So these are the some important points which we have to keep in our mind when we are pursue or when we are proceed. So how to get published and how to prepare your manuscript. So again, a few things which we have to keep in our mind before writing our paper. First, if you're talking about the research paper, our purpose and the scope should be clearly defined, what we want to do and what is the scope of our research. Then choose the appropriate structure and format for your paper. So what will be the structure, in what way you are going to pursue? Like either you are going to, definitely the some journals, they are having the specific structures, but some other journals, they are having something different. So what will be the appropriate structure and the format of the paper, that we have to decide it. The next one is like select the most relevant and credible sources to support your arguments. Whatever the paper you are supporting, and like suppose you are citing, those papers should be from the credible sources. A lot of papers you will see they are retracted. So the meaning of retraction, there is something not right with those papers. So again, we should not take things from those kind of papers which are retracted. So that we have to keep in our mind. Say whatever the things we are taking it, and whatever the data we are selecting, so it should be from the credible sources, and to support whatever our arguments, or whatever our thesis, or whatever the work we have. And the next one is check for the author guidelines. So again, this is very important thing. Carefully review the submission requirement of your target journal or publication. So author guidelines play a vital role in your publication. As some of the journals, they are offering the free format structures. Suppose if you are talking about Willy, so they are offering some free format. So in that case, in any format you are submitting your paper, so they just review those papers on the quality of the manuscript, but they are not bothered about the structures. But some of the journals, if you are talking about International Journal of Pharmaceutics or Carbohydrate Polymers, so those are the high impact factor journals. If you're talking about ADRs, Advanced Drug Review, ADDR, so the structure is and like the guidelines are very important. If you are talking about GCR, Journal of Control Release, so definitely if you are submitting the cover letter, they are asking you, you should have, like suppose if you are submitting any review, so at least 3 to 4 or 5 papers and research papers on that particular topic you should have. The main author or the corresponding author should have on that particular area. So definitely guidelines in some high impact factor journals are very important. So we have to be careful about the guidelines before the submission. So these are the things which we have to keep in our mind. The next thing, uh, are you ready or not ready to publish your work? So definitely, if the work is outdated, original results or methods. So the meaning of outdated, suppose you did research like 2 years back, and like because of some reasons it is not published. So definitely you have to check that whatever the work you did, so somebody else did the same work, and like he has done or paper on that particular same area. So definitely your work will be outdated, and when it goes under review, so the editor raise a question or maybe the reviewer raise a question, what is the novelty of this work? So this is the first thing which we have to keep in our mind. The work should be different or novel, and similar work should not be available, because this is the first thing. If when you like a reviewer, when paper goes to editor, send the paper to the reviewer, so automatically on his portal, similar papers, there is an option which is given on the reviewer portal, like automatically the similar papers he can see directly on his portal. So right away he can reject the manuscript if the similar things are available. So this is very important. Like we have to see that our work should not be outdated, and we are ready like some original results or methods, or we can say the it should be updated and the something novelty should be there. Duplication of the published work, again, if there are the some work which is quite similar to of your manuscript, definitely it is not ready. Then significant enhancement of work, you should include, like maybe if we are talking about the review, if a lot of content is already available, but if you are preparing your TOC or table of content, so there should be something different from the already published papers. So when you are submitting your articles, you can mention those things in the cover letter, or as well as when you are submitting your paper, there is an option where you can directly send your comments to editor. So in that box, you can mention our paper is some these things we have included or inculcated in our paper, which is not published earlier. So there should be some significant enhancement we can do in our review. And similar, like if you can do for the research as well, like if similar research is already published, so definitely you have to mention what is something different in your manuscript, which is novel. And not ready like conclusion, if you're talking about, so it is very important part, abstract and conclusion, when any paper we are submitting to the any journal. So editor doesn't have much time to read the entire manuscript sometimes, so definitely he is giving emphasis to the conclusion and the abstract part. So it is very important like to put a specific and summarize form and important outcome of your review or whatever the research, we have to mention it. So again, these are the things which we have to keep in our mind when if we think that we are ready to publish any paper. So these things we have to keep. Different type of manuscripts are there already. We have a look of that, like we have letters, short communications, we have review papers, and research papers are also there. So different type of manuscript we have. Okay, this is the thing, like what the best practice when we are selecting. So choosing the right journal, get suggestions, investigate journals, and consider hot topics. So this is very important thing ki, whatever the topic of your review or the research, we have to target the right journal, because if randomly we are putting our paper to the different journals, definitely it get rejected because it is out of scope or something like that. So we aim to reach the intended audience for your work, and choose only one journal, and simultaneous submissions are prohibited. As we should not submit once, like because there is an option whenever you are submitting any manuscript to any journal, so there is a tick box is there, like work should not be submitted to anywhere else. So we have to see that if we are submitting any manuscript to any journal, we should wait for the response. So sometime, because like if you're talking about a Springer and all, so it took time. It may be 1.5 months, 2 months, sometime. So it is a time-consuming process as well. But definitely elsewhere, some of the journals like JDDST and like IJP, so they have mentioned like the first decision they are giving in like 3 days or 7 days. So elsewhere is a little quick, fast as compared to other publishers like Relay or Springer. So definitely we have to target the specific right journal for our paper. Again, like get suggestions, supervisor and colleagues can provide the good suggestions on the right journal to target. Definitely your faculties, they are having much more experience in publications and all those things. So you can get a help first, before submission, that this journal is write for your paper, and you can start preparing. You have to then go through the guidelines, author guidelines, which is given, and then you can prepare your paper accordingly. Again, investigation the journal, shortlist a handful of candidate journals and investigate them, their aims, scope, accepted type of articles, and readership. Again, you have to see whatever your content or title, and like what kind of title they are publishing exactly. So again, it is sometimes it's not like that. Just we are matching the scope, and we think that it may be or it may get published in that particular journal. So definitely we have to go through some of the recent papers what they have published. So if it is related to our topic or title or theme, so there are more chances that our paper get acceptance in that particular journal. And again, the last one, consider hot topics. Look for the journals that are currently publishing on topics relevant to your research. Again, we can also search some of the journals where like some of the theme, like invited issues are also there, and like somewhere some editors and some guest editors are also there. So guest editors are also asking for some manuscript related to that particular edition of their research or of their specific where like they are having the good knowledge, or where they are having the strategically they are good with that. So that we can see if our topic is related to that specific edition, so we can submit our paper accordingly. We are like when you are submitting to any journal, so you can see that there is an option where they have scroll down. When you are doing the scroll down, so there will be some guest editor name and their expected title on which they are asking the paper, so we can submit the things accordingly. So these are the things, the best practices are there, where like the chances of getting the acceptance to the different journals, we can little bit we can increase. Again, the guidelines for the author, as I said, like it is a very important part. Before preparing the manuscript, we have to go through the guidelines very specifically, and we have to see that whatever the reference style are there, and the table style and figure and all those things, like we have to go through once. If definitely if you are looking for the high impact, so it is very important. If you are looking for like 6, 7 or 8 impact or 9 impact, so it is very important that we have to follow the guidelines very significantly. Again, the guidelines for the author contains important information, like whatever the things in that way you have to prepare your manuscript for the submission. So same thing. Then we can compare the different journals. Again, this is one screenshot of JDDST, and again we can compare the different journals, and we can also see how we can get the quick reply from the different journals if the scope is matching to the, like suppose JDDST, International IJP is there, International Journal of Pharmaceutics, and European Journal of Pharmaceutics are there. So if our like topic is on the drug delivery or something like that, so we can see like 2 and 3 journals, and we can compare like where we can submit our paper, and how we can get the quickest response. If like impact factor definitely is quite same. But again, like if you'll see, like suppose JDDST and IJP, if you are going to compare, so JDDST and IJP, International Journal of Pharmaceutics, both are Q1, quartile 1 journals. But again, IJP, because it is a very renowned and like old journal, so top 10, there is a ranking in top 10. IJP is there, but not the JDDST. So again, like it is up to you, and we can compare the journals for our paper, whatever the manuscript we have prepared, either it is a review or the research. So again, identifying right journal is very important things we have discussed. Again, there is a one point, journal finder is also there. So elsewhere, like if you'll put into the Google, so you'll get the journal finder for elsewhere, as for the Willy, as for the Springer. And if you're talking about elsewhere, they are asking you the title or the abstract of your paper. When you are submitting those things, only two things, the title and the abstract, and you will search. So the elsewhere journal finder will suggest you some journals as per the content. So this is the one method by which you can got a appropriate journal for your paper. But it is we cannot rely so much, but it is like, yes, we can, if we don't have any idea, so we can get some idea about it. But again, we have to see the scope. We have to open that journal, and then we have to see what kind of papers they are publishing, what is the theme. All those things we have to like verify before submitting our manuscript. So once you have selected a journal, it is important to carefully study its aim and scope and some recent issues of the journal to understand whether it is right match for your paper. So does the journal match? Does the journal prioritize novelty? What are the broad interest, or what are the niche papers in that particular journal? Again, like interdisciplinary papers, if you're talking about life sciences from the elsewhere, so it is an interdisciplinary. We can submit the paper from the pharmacy as well as the life sciences papers. We can submit into that particular journal. So we should have an idea, and we should have a list also. We should like make a in Microsoft Excel, we should keep a list of the different journals and also the impact factors and the different things. So we can have a database for publishing papers, because it is a it is an ongoing process. It's not something like that, like for 2 years you are publishing anything and like after that you are going to stop. So we should have a database for ourselves. So by that we can refer that database for publishing our own papers. So all those things, when we are reading the journals and like what kind of papers they are publishing, so we are having an idea, okay, that kind of thing, it could be published in that particular paper, in a particular journal. So does it seek the theoretical papers or more applied papers? So every journal, they are having their own specific um, uh, interest, or they are having the different kind of papers they are publishing. So as you can see, like some of the chemistry journals are also there. They are publishing things on drug delivery as well. But again, yeah, in the starting, like in the abstract or in the introduction, something should be related to the chemistry. Then the title is very important. Like if you are submitting, if you are changing our title and if you are including some of the words into that, so there is a possibility that we can target that journal as well. So these are some small things like which we can keep our mind for so that our paper can get like under review. And poor match is the common reason to get paper rejected by the editor before peer review. Uh, so if the match is not relevant, whatever the paper you have submitted, and if the match is not relevant, so definitely right away the editor is going to reject that paper, and if it is not considering under peer review. So these are some common things which we have to keep in our mind. And again, like indexing, it is an important point of view, because as like the guidelines are different for different countries. If you are looking for the postdoc, or if you are looking for a PhD abroad, so if in what indexing you have for your research papers, you are looking for your postdoc in different countries. So like when you're going, or when you are attempting for your interview, so they are asking like in which like whatever the journal in which your paper is, so what are the indexing. So indexing, again, it is the important part. Scopus and Web of Science is like I hope you are having an idea about it. There are some other indexing is also there. SCI is also in right now. SCI indexing is also important, and right now a lot of good journals are SCI indexed as well. So here are some different indexings I have written in this PPT. So importance of indexing in scientific publishing is, which is the first is like discoverability. Indexing help researchers discover relevant publications, fostering the exchange of ideas and accelerating the scientific progress. It is important if the indexing is good, if the indexing is in the Scopus and PubMed, or it is in the SCI index journal. So definitely it will be globally, we can say, the reach of that particular paper. And quality assurance inclusion in the reputable indexing database signals the rigorous peer review and editorial standards of a journal. So again, the second thing is if it is indexed in the Scopus and SCI, so definitely the editor is not selecting papers, any papers we are submitting, as you can see, like in elsewhere JCR. So I hope like it's like 5 to 10% is they are accepting the papers. So like the acceptance ratio is very less in reputed journals. So the quality you will get it, and the paper which the editor is taking under review. So they have gone through that particular paper specifically, and then so editorial standards are very high. So it gives you the quality. The third is impact measurement. So indexing provide metrics which give the citation counts and quantify a journal's influence within its field. So again, indexing, it gives you the metrics and like the citation counts we are getting it, and which we can quantify the specific journal's influence, like how the reputation of that particular journal in that particular field. So through the indexing, definitely indexing is an important and vital part of any journal that is. And the criteria for journal inclusion in the indexing database, how the journals is inclusive, like in the different indexing database. First is editorial quality. Journal must demonstrate rigorous peer review, editorial oversight, and adherence to publication ethics. Whatever the paper is publishing, so first the rigorous peer review. So editor definitely sharing that particular paper to first 2 or 3 reviewers. Like again, like if we are talking about JCR and carbohydrate polymers, which are the impact are more than 10. So the editor is sending that particular paper to 3 to 4 reviewers. So 4 different people will review that particular paper, and then they'll put the comments, and then you have to resolve the comments. And again, if the reviewer is not satisfied, again he can re-review that particular paper. So that's why rigorous peer review system is there in high impact factor journals. So that's it. It shows the editorial quality, and we have to be very careful when we are replying the comments of any reviewer. So I'll discuss this in the next slides, because it is very important that we should not take it lightly, the comments of any reviewer. So the second is content relevance. The journal scope and the content must align with the indexing database coverage areas. So whatever the content is, so it should be relevant to the journal scope, and whatever the paper is the editor is accepting, so it should be according to the journal scope. Sometimes definitely editors are very careful about all those things, but it is important, because indexing it is important for the indexing, whatever the content of that particular the scope of that journal, and whatever the papers they are accepting in that particular journal, it should be there should be correlation between, or there should be relevance. Publication consistency. Journal must publish regularly and maintain a consistent publication schedule. So different journals are having their different time, suppose like quarterly, half yearly, and so it depends upon the individual journal to individual journal, but there should be the consistency. And then again, international diversity. Indexes often seek to represent a diverse range of global perspective and authorship. So indexing gives you a global recognition. So that's why international diversity is there if it is indexed in the Scopus and SCI and other. So again, some benefits of the journals indexing for authors and researchers. You'll get a good visibility. Citation impact is an important point, and credibility. You are publishing, like the first, if you're talking about the Elsevier, it comes on number 1. Then Springer is there, Wiley is there, Frontiers. So definitely different publishers, they are having the credibility. and we are publishing our papers accordingly. So these are the three things which the authors or researchers are get the benefit through the indexing. Again, these four common terms which you have seen, like impact factor and other metrics in journal indexing. So impact factor, again, important point. We can say the impact factor is 5. Impact factor is, so it is like the metric which measures the average citations received by the journal articles over a 2-year period. Some of the journals are having the 5 years period as well. So 5-year impact factor is different and 2-year impact factor is different. Edge index is also there, like where we are measuring the productivity and citation impact of the published articles in a journal. So again, Google Scholar is there, where like you can see the H index. So there is like you can see the graph of the papers, and accordingly, it is calculating your H index. Site score is also there. If you will see the elsewhere journals, any elsewhere journals, you will see when you will open the web page of that particular journal. So you can see the site score and the impact factor is written over there. So that is it is the Scopus citation based metric that provides a more comprehensive view of the journal's impact. So whatever like the journal, like it gives an again, it is a statistical, we can say, the data which provide a specific comprehensive view of the journal's impact. And the last one is I10 index. So here it is again a metric which measures the number of publications by an author that have at least 10 citations. So whatever the paper the person have, so if it has like at least 10 citations are there, so it comes under the metrics of I10 index. So these are the some common things which you can see on Google Scholar, H index and I10 index, site score and impact factor, and on a specific journal page you can find. And so there are some challenges and limitations of the journal indexing. Why some of the journals are not indexed in Scopus and SCI, and we also see like some of the journals are earlier they were in the Scopus, but right now they are not in the Scopus. There are some parameters like they have to follow, and the stringent guidelines are there. So the first thing is like some bias is there. So indexing database may exhibit language, geographic, or disciplinary bias in their coverage. So if they found if there is any kind of the biasness, so definitely they are not putting those journals in the indexing. So they can keep out those journals if there is a biasness. Then paywalls is also there. Access to indexed content can be restricted by the paywalls, limiting access for the some researchers. It is like open access and close access are also there, but it play a small role, we can say. The lag time is also there. Indexing process can introduce significant delays between publication and inclusion in database. So if there is delays between the publication and we are including into the database, if there is a delays in both the things, if there is a lag time is more, so again it could be a problem for the journal, and it can remove from the indexing. And gaming metrics attempts to artificially inflate citation metrics can undermine the integrity of the indexing. So again, if there is a possibility or someone is inflating the citation metrics, so which is not ethically right. So that again, the integrity of the indexing, it could be compromised. So that these are the parameters where there are some challenges and limitations of the journals indexing. Now we'll talk about the specific structuring of your article, which is the important part. And here are the some normal structure. We can say the title, abstract, introduction, material methods, result, discussion, limitations. So it is for the research. In the review, if you're talking about, so review, we can remove the material methods, and results will not be there, right? Limitation definitely will be there. Discussion, definitely it will not be in the research. So review, definitely 2 and 3 points which we have to keep at the last. One is the limitation, challenges, and the future perspective. Any review you are writing or any review you are planning, so definitely these 3 things which you have to include at last, whatever the topic you are choosing it. So what are the limitations of that particular title or particular work, and what are the challenges, and what are the future perspective in that particular topic, what the future is talking about, like maybe 3D printing we can talk about, maybe like AI is booming right now. So 4D printing is also there. So in any work you are you work on or you are thinking, so all these three things you have to include in your review. One or two things like the patents and the clinical trials. So definitely, if there are some patents and clinical trials, definitely you should include a table on these two things in your review, because these things will gives an extra edge to your review, and it can go to the like editor. There are the possibilities that editor can take the paper under review. So these are the some things which this is the structure which I told you. So the same thing is there. We are building the articles accordingly, and again the figure and tables are very important thing. And if you are have a lot of papers on any topic, so definitely you can summarize those things in figures and tables. Again, this is a new way and the innovative way to write a review, and it can get the acceptance if you are summarizing our data in the form of figures or in the form of table. So definitely we can present the thing in a different approach or in a different way. Okay, title is the very important thing when you are selecting a title for your review or the research. So you have to see if something similar is there, so you should avoid. So whatever the title you have chosen, suppose you have like your title is formulation and characterization and optimization of nanoparticles of Viksit or something like that. So how you can improve your title, how you can change your title. So it gives again an extra edge. So it should be attractive. It attract the reader's attention. It contain fewest possible words and adequately describe content. It should be informative but concise. So title is an important part either in the review as well as in the research. So we have to focus on the title. Keywords, specific keywords. This is very important again part, because sometimes we are not focusing on the keywords, but your manuscript goes to any reviewer. Like suppose editor has chosen any uh, paper, and when he is sending that paper to reviewer, so it goes according to the keywords. Right. So we have whatever the keywords we are putting it, because like when a reviewer is making a profile in any journal, so he is also like putting the keywords: nanotechnology, nano carriers, cancer research, drug delivery, controlled release, sustained release. So whatever your manuscript is, either it is review or research. So keywords are very important. We have to focus on the keywords which is relevant to our manuscript, and the majority or the part it is covering. So we have to put those keywords in our paper. So definitely it should be specific. And again, like we should not use some established abbreviations in the keyword. Suppose DNA, LAN. So we have to write the uh, uh, full form of that particular keyword. We are not supposed to write the abbreviated forms. So again, like the check the guidelines again for the specific keywords as per the journal. Abstract, again, as I said, like 90% editors are reading the abstract and they are not reading the entire paper because they don't have much time to read the entire paper. So summarize the problem, method, result, and conclusion in a single paragraph. Make it interesting and understandable, make it accurate and specific. Clear abstract will strongly influence whether or not your work is considered. So it is very important to make a good abstract and effective abstract, and it should not be very lengthy. Mostly if you will go to the guidelines of the journals, they are asking abstract of 150 words, not more than that. So definitely you can check your word count, because when you are going for the submission, at that point when you are submitting and when you are submitting your paper, so on third and fourth step when like the submission is there, so if it is the word count is more, so again you have to reduce it, because as per the system it will not accept it, because it shows like the word limit is like 200 or something like that. So you have to reduce the word limit, and so approximately 150 and 160 is a good word limit for an abstract. So keep it as a brief as possible. So take the time to write the abstract carefully. Many authors write at last. so it accurately reflects the content of the paper. So it is good thing that once your paper is finished and you wrote after that, because you are having an idea like what are the things you have included in your paper, so you have to make the abstract accordingly. So don't write abstract at first, write the abstract at the last when you are having an idea what are the things you have included in your paper, either it is a review or the research. So after that you can include or you can make your abstract. Introduction, again, it should not be very lengthy, and if you are talking about the research paper, so it should be specific. Suppose if I am writing a paper and my title is formulation, optimization, and characterization, so uh, it should be introduction. It should have only 2 and 3 paragraphs which are related to, like suppose if it is on nanoparticle, so like a small paragraph on a nanoparticle. Then if it optimization, so if you are using QBD or if you're using factorial design, so it should be 3 to 4 and 5 important lines related to that only. Then if any drug we are choosing, why we are choosing that drug, maybe the bioavailability or whatever the issues are. So specific things, it should not be lengthy. It should be very specific as per the research. So we have to address the problem, identify the solutions and limitations, identify what the work is trying to achieve, and provide perspective consistent with the nature of journal, section wise few lines description or the narration. So again, like a unique introduction for every article. You can also see some of the published articles, like how they wrote their introduction. If the similar paper is available of according to your research, so we can go through. Again, in the review, if you're talking about, so keep the introduction very limited, 500 words or 400 words, more than enough. So again, when you are preparing your TOC, then at that time you can keep the word limit in your TOC, so that it will be good. Like suppose so we are writing a review and we have not capped a word limit to the specific TOC. So we have written 15,000 word or 16,000 words. So no need to write that much. Like if 8,900 9,000 words are there, and if it is specific on if you are targeting, or like if you are on any specific theme is there, so 8,000 9,000 words are more than sufficient, and it will be published in a good journal as well. So the critical data should be it is an important part. Instead of that, like in the introductory part is not that much important. So introduction, definitely it is needed as per the guidelines. So, but it should be specific and it should be concise. Again, method, if you're talking about, this is especially only for the research papers, include detailed information, do not describe previously published procedures and identify the equipment and material used. So definitely if you are using some of the already published procedures, so we can include those things. But specifically, and we have to cite it accordingly. A lot of papers I have reviewed, I have seen that in the method section, like suppose FTIR, DSC is there. So the authors are not citing those things. Authors are not citing those procedures. So it should not be like that. We have to cite each and everything. Citation plays a very important vital role in each paper. So everything, if you have used or if you are the data is already published, and if you are taking that data, we have to cite that thing. So entire material method, it should be proper citation should be there. So methods, again, like ethic committee approval, if the animal studies are there, if like human studies are there or something like that, it is very necessary that we have to write the like CPSC approval is there or some other approvals are there. So we have to inculcate all those things in that particular area. Experiment on the natural environments, humans, animals, definitely follow the applicable ethics standards. Local ethic committee, definitely if there is a like a committee in your college or maybe at the university level, so that should be included, and the number definitely should be included in that. So editors can make their own decision on ethics. So right now, when you are submitting your paper, it goes to the technical check. So at that time, the people behind the technical check, they'll reject your paper and they'll like revert, or like they send back to the author. Okay, first you have to publish or you have to furnish all those details regarding the ethical approval. After that, they'll send those things to the editor. So these things we have to keep in our mind when we are putting it. Then results are very important, include only data of the primary importance. We are not supposed to include each and every data or what we are getting it. So the specific things we have to include in our result. So subheadings to keep the result of same type, we have to keep at one place. Suppose we are having the 4 FTIR and 5 FTIR. So it is not like that, like individually FTIR we are putting into the articles. We can put into the PPT and we can make a single image of that, and we can keep a single figure for that particular result or for that particular FTIR. Similarly, for we can do for the DSC, because there are the limitations in research or review if you are going for GDDST, and like because they are asking only 8 figures, like table plus figures 8 only. Yes, rest like you can put into the as a supplementary file, you can include. But in your main manuscript, there are the limitations as per the journals. Definitely, if you are like JCR is there, like you can submit more than 10. But some of the journals which are the impact of 5 and 6, so there is a limitation of number of figures and table. So we have to keep the important things in our paper. So highlight the main findings, whatever the main important findings you got it. Feature unexpected findings also there, which could be. And statistical analysis is an important part. Include illustration and figure. So these all things we have to include in our result. Again, statistical analysis, if you are not performing those analysis, suppose if it goes under review, so definitely reviewer will ask you the question and he will ask you to do those things. So it is better like we have to keep all those statistical data, statistical optimization. First, we have to include in our paper if it is relevant, if it is needed as per the paper. So we have to include all those things. Again, discussion is very important part nowadays, because if your discussion is not like significantly, you have not written your discussion, so there is a possibility that reviewer will ask you to write a good discussion, and definitely it should be correlated with the already established investigations. So whatever your result, and if the same thing already did by someone else, so what is the difference of your outcome with the previous investigations? We have to like compare those things, and we have to cite the earlier investigations. So this is the very nice and the right way to uh, like interpret or we write the discussions in that way. And again, the possibility of getting the acceptance of the paper, if the editor is like seeing the paper, and if he saw that like you have written the discussion in that way, so it gives an again an extra advantage that you can get the acceptance, or you can get the it goes under reviews. It's not like that directly it will get accept, but definitely it goes under review. Again, conclusion should be specific, only the specific things, and we are not supposed to include any statistical data in the conclusion part. Whatever the statistical data, it should be included in the discussion. Conclusion, it should be only the words we are supposed to write, and like what is the summary of our paper we have to write, especially in case of the research. Definitely review, we don't have any statistical data, but in the research, like we are not supposed to include any statistical data in the conclusion part. So, and what next you can do, that you can mention it, like suppose you haven't performed the animal studies or you haven't performed any ex vivo, so you can include and you can suggest that these things could be performed in that part, or in that in the near future. So again, acknowledgement, if you're suppose any funders are there in financial support, you got it, and if you got some kind of grant, so definitely we can mention those things. So again, reference, as I said, like it's plays a very important part. Different softwares are also there. EndNote is there, Mendeley is there, Zotero is there. So you can do the referencing by using different softwares. You can get an benefit, like if you are doing with the softwares, if it is get rejected from one journal, you can the next day you can submit to the another journal, because with the help of softwares, automatically it will rearrange all the references as you want, and the different styles, as like suppose JCR referencing style is different, DDDST is different, suppose Will is different. So every journal, they are having the different reference styles, so we can use the software, and we should learn. so that it will be easy for us to, if it is rejected from one journal, the same day we can submit to the another one. We have to again, like, it is an important part, references. We should not use too many references. Excessive self citation. Suppose sometime people are cited their own paper, they are writing the reviews, they are writing the research, so definitely 30 citations are there, and out of 30, 15 citations their own papers they have cited. So it also gives a negative impact. Sometime editor is seeing that, like, how many self citations are there, they are just putting the name or like maybe the corresponding author or main author. So avoid the excessive self citation, because it gives a negative view, and it there is a possibility that the paper can get rejected. So again, strictly whatever the style is there, and we have to follow those styles. And one negative point is there, like suppose you are doing the referencing through EndNote or any software. So if you will go to the references, like at the below of the, when the your paper is end, like after conclusion, so you will see like that some volume number is missing, some page number is missing. So that is a very tricky part, and that we have to be very careful about it. And because when you will find difficulty, because if your paper get accepted and when you got the proof of your paper, at that time they will ask you to correct all those things, and that is very we can say very difficult, because it is an online process. They send the proof, and that time you have to do the corrections in the proof. So it is much better when you are preparing your manuscript, at that time you have to see, and when you are submitting the revision also, like, or not, it's like when the you got an like comments from the reviewer, at that time you have to carefully you have to see all the references and whatever the volume number, page number, and whatever the things which are missing, DOI is missing, so you have to include all those things. So at the time of proof, there will be very few comments from the like backend team. So this thing we have to keep in our mind in case of references. Again, the scientific language, definitely English is very important. Poor language quality can delay or block publication of work. Proper English should be used throughout the manuscript. We have to use the grammar, we have to use the proper way to write things. So it is, the language plays an important part. Sentences, write direct, short and factual sentences. Convey one piece of the information per sentence. Avoid multiple statement in one sentence. So average length, if you'll like check it out, like of the sentence is about 12 to 16 words. It should not be too lengthy. It should not be too short. So again, it should be you can say optimum length we have to keep. Tenses plays again important role. We should use normally we can use present tense, and then facts and hypothesis. Past tense we can use for experiment conducted and results. Grammar again very important because definitely reviewer will give you a comment, like you have to check the grammar for the entire manuscript. You have to go through once. So active voice to shorten the sentence. Passive can be used in the method section, and again some contractions and abbreviations. And one thing in abbreviation, very again important. Once you have abbreviated any full form, suppose you have started from the introduction, you should not use any abbreviations in the abstract, right? So you should avoid any abbreviations in the abstract part. You should write the full terms in the abstract. You can start abbreviate any full form from the introduction portion, and once you have abbreviated any term, after that only the abbreviated term should be used. A lot of papers I have reviewed, like this thing is very people are not keeping these things in mind. So we have to when we are writing any paper, either it is a research or the review, so abbreviations we have to be very careful about it. And any term which is used once or twice only, we should not abbreviate. It is not necessary, like if it is any term which is abbreviated once only and we kept the abbreviations, because at the last you have to make a list of the abbreviations, so it will be lengthy. So if any term which is abbreviated once or twice, no need to abbreviate. Definitely if it is abbreviations are more than twice, if it is using in your paper, so definitely we have to keep the abbreviated term, and we have to follow, and we have to keep the abbreviated form throughout the paper. So these things are And again, like some redundant sentences or phrases, like suppose samples were placed in a close proximity to each other and sample were placed near each other. This is one example I put it. So the sentences should not be unnecessarily redundant sentences. We should not use. Minimize use of adverbs. So again, like some abbreviations, number, volume, these things we have to avoid it. So next is like, sir, do we have time or like we should conclude it?
Sir, we can conclude it, I think.
Okay, right. So within 3 minutes, I'm concluding, right?
Okay.
I hope time is.
Thank you.
Yes. Right. So the last is like the peer review. Once your paper goes under review, so like what, like it is the peer review process. We can see like the author is submitting article, it goes to the editorial office. Then if definitely editor is going to choose, like it is supposed to be rejected or it goes under review. Then it goes, if it goes review, then it sent to the editorial board, and then some other persons or like reviewers, it sent to the reviewers, and they will again read the paper and they'll put the comments, and accordingly the further things could be handled. So these are the things which mostly I have discussed, and these are the some platforms on which you can register yourself. Orchid is important, Scopus is there, then Publons is there, Loop is there for the frontiers, Google Scholar, ResearchGate, Science Profiles, and LinkedIn is again an important platform where we can interact with the researchers. So definitely this is from my side, and thank you so much for your time and patient listening. And thanks a lot, Dr. Gupta sir and Dr. Manish sir, for giving me an opportunity to share my views. So thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. This is from my side. Over to you.
So thank you very much, sir, and I hope that every listener, they have the taken care each and every point. You have taken the care of the publication, as we know that each and everybody want to the two thing is very very important. What is the name and fame? For this name and fame, you have mentioned one word. This is the
Yeah.
visibility. What are you
Right,
have
sir.
performing? This is important. What are you performing in the laboratory, in the academia, in the research? If there is the no visibility in the society, then I hope that you feel that what are you the contributing, it is not recognized by the profession. For this purpose, if you are doing the excellent job in the research, and if you can publish in a good journal, so Dr. Devesji is the given each and everything in a very very scientific manner, and each point he mentioned that which types of the take care is the required, and types of the selection of the wordings, even the referencing he has the also consider each and every part. Second part is the this is very credibility, because everybody want the credit. So what is the credibility and require the person each, and because we are the human being, for this purpose we need the lot of opportunity in our life, but sometimes we are unable to give the our visibility, our presentability, and sometimes unable we have the obtain some of the credit like that. So I hope that today's talk it will be the very very useful and essential to each and everybody. So today's youth, they are very very important for the individuals, and I hope that they can be important to the each and every person. So Dr. Devesji mentioned the all important point, including the title, including the abstract, and how you can introduce introduction of your paper, material and methods, and each and everything like that. So I hope that today's talk it will be the useful to the all researcher as well as the MPharm student. So dear youth, I know that what is your expectation, because I know that lot of expectation of the youth in those day, from the society, from the college, from the government, from the surrounding. You have the lot of expectation from each and everyone. But why not country expect to something to you? So you need to contribute in the scientific and ethics. Another word he has mentioned that nowadays one thing is the very, very problematic, and every time we have the doubt, this is the values and ethics. Where is the values and ethics? So maintain the ethics in your publication, in your research, because your research is not only for an institute. Your research is not only for one institute. Your research for the throughout the world, because now the world is very small. एक word कहा जाता है कर लो दुनिया मुट्ठी में, because today's the talk is the spread the throughout the country like that. So you can select the things accordingly and justify the things according to your workout. And number of time I mentioned that whatever you are doing in your life, this is the okay what I need and expect to each and everyone. I want to a good human being. दिस कंसेप्ट मैं एक अच्छा आदमी बनना चाहता हूं, इसको जीवन में धारण कर लीजिए. एंड आई होप दैट नेवर यू कैन फॉरगेट दिस लाइन, आई वांट टू बी अ गुड ह्यूमन बीइंग. दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट because nowadays we are searching the good person, good peoples, and you can fix your goal. So this goal is the smarter goal. When I was in the B farm and M farm, then the goal was only smart, but nowadays the goal is the smarter. S means very, very specific. What is the specific goal? What do you want in your life? You can justify the things. And then it's the measurable, not to be go to the beyond of the measurement. So what is the measurable of the goal so that you can achieve in your life like that, achievable, relevant, and the time bound program. When I was in the B farm, मुझे एक टाइटल मिला था कि आपको पत्नी की पसंद क्या होना चाहिए, एक लड़की को आपको शादी करनी पसंद क्या होनी चाहिए. तो यही था एक टाइम बाउंड प्रोग्राम. आज आप किसी बच्चे से पूछते हैं तो वो कहता है व्हेन आई वाज सेटल्ड. What do you mean by the definition of the settle? Settle we can do after the 35 year or 45 year. This is the age of the marriage. So time bound program is the important, because when you can want to achieve any goal, you need to the time bound. This is the important. Evaluate yourself every day. You can evaluate yourself. If you not achieve the goal, if you cannot achieve the target, evaluate your goal. What do you want and what you have the smart goal is the fix. Evaluate in the parameter and revise it. Where is the difficulty and where is the problem? मैं आज एक बात कहना चाहता हूं, कुंभ में सम ऑफ दी थिंग्स इज द आउटकम. बहुत से लोग जो कहते हैं कि पर्टिकुलर पर्सन जो कुंभ के द्वारा जाना गया है. मैंने एक व्यक्ति को जाना एंड द पर्सन इज द अवेलेबल ऑन द यूट्यूब चैनल. नीम की दातुन बेचने वाला, नीम की दातुन बेचने वाला, द पर्सन वाज द देयर, जिसने 4 दिन में 40 से 50 हजार की दातुन बेची. दिस इज नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट की दातुन, जो उसके वर्डिंग थे ऑन द चैनल्स के ऊपर आकर के, वो वर्ड थे कि वफादार लोग आज बहुत कम मिलते हैं, और जो वफादार मेरी पसंद मिली है उसने मुझे कहा कि बिना पैसे के धंधा कैसे होता है, और जिसके कारण मैंने आज 40,000 रुपए कमाए हैं. वन ऑफ द हैप्पीएस्ट पर्सन. मैंने एक मोबाइल खरीदा है, मैंने उसके लिए सूट दिलाया है, अपनी माँ के लिए 2 साड़ियां दिलाई हैं. दिस इज द हैप्पीएस्ट मोमेंट. सो जेंटलमैन, यू मस्ट बी ऑनेस्ट इन योर लाइफ. जब तक आप ऑनेस्ट नहीं होते हैं, जब तक आप एथिक्स मेंटेन नहीं करते हैं, वैल्यूज मेंटेन नहीं करते हैं, आज की डेफिनेशन के अकॉर्डिंगली व्हाट वी आर द परफॉर्मिंग द रिसर्च, number of the question and doubt is there, because the values and ethics, they are deteriorating continuously. So today Dr. Devesh ji given the each and everything in the very, very precise manner. You must have the lot of opportunity. You must be a confident, commitment for the profession, maintain the consistency, and you must be a compatible. आज ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो गया है. ये सुटेबल नहीं है मुझे, इन्वायरमेंट इज नॉट सुटेबल, पर्सन इज नॉट सुटेबल, सराउंडिंग इज नॉट सुटेबल. यू आर द सुटेबल टू समथिंग. कंपेटेबल बनिए. इनकम्पेटेबिलिटी जनरेट नहीं करिए इन योर एनवायरमेंट. व्हेन यू आर द कंपेटेबल, हर बॉक्स में फिट आ जाओगे, हर समाज में फिट आ जाओगे, हर सिस्टम में फिट आ जाओगे, एंड यू विल ग्रो द वेरी फास्ट. यू मस्ट नो द हैंडलिंग ऑफ द सॉफ्टवेयर. इफ यू कैन आस्क टू मी कि यू आर द नोइंग द ट्रेनिंग ऑफ द HPLC, मेरा एक एज ग्रुप इस फॉर्मेट में है. आपको आवश्यकता है, यू मस्ट टू नो द सम ऑफ द गुड ट्रेनिंग ऑन द सॉफ्टवेयर. इन सॉफ्टवेयर को हैंडल करके डेटा को आप इनपुट करिए. आई नो दैट प्रोफेसर I number of time I visited the Nabarangpura LM College of Science and Technology, and I have come to know that is what is the basics of the research. लेकिन आज की डेट में एक सॉफ्टवेयर QVD से उस समय 25 साल पहले QVD को लगाया गया था LM कॉलेज में, और उस समय फोर्ट्रान लैंग्वेज को सर ने यूज किया था. आज सर हमारे बीच में नहीं है, लेकिन मुझे याद है I come over there and I have learned the lot of the things over there. So you have increased the proficiency, you have to increase the dedication. I hope that you will be the grow very fast. And here the fix your goal, develop yourself. नीम की दातुन वाला जो मैंने आपको कहा है, इसका मतलब सिर्फ इतना है कि where you want to the grow and where you have the opportunity, विकसित भारत के लिए कंट्रीब्यूट करिए. और देश के प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा है लोकल टू वोकल टू ग्लोबल. व्हाट द थिंग्स इन योर सराउंडिंग. ये मैं थैंक्स करता हूं गॉड का, जो व्यक्ति हिमालय पर्वत पर रह रहा है, जो जंगल में रह रहा है, जो बहुत बड़ी सिटी में रह रहा है, हर व्यक्ति के लिए एक अपॉर्चुनिटी दी है. क्योंकि हर जगह आप ये कहें कि हर जगह आप एक पर्टिकुलर टाइप्स ऑफ द थिंग्स, चाहे वो औषधि हो, चाहे वो प्रोडक्ट हो, वो नहीं मिलती है. लेकिन एक चीज आपके पास जरूर मिलती है जिसको आपको ही भीनना है. कस्तूरी सब जगह पैदा नहीं होती है, कस्तूरी वहां पैदा होती है जहां पर मशीनें पैदा नहीं होती है. तो यू हैव द लॉट ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी. जो चीज आपके पास है वो कहा जाता है कस्तूरी कुंडल बसे ब्रग ढूंढे बनमाए. वन में क्यों भटक रहे हो? वेयर आर यू स्टेइंग? in which you are the staying, there is the lot of opportunity. उन चीजों से काम करिए. आज मैं पंजाब में रहता हूं. पंजाब के अंदर बहुत बड़ी है कि जो धान की जो लास्ट में खेत बचता है या गेहूं का जो हमारा बचता है, उसका क्या करें? there is the lot of opportunity. उस पर आप होमवर्क करने की जरूरत है. जिस भी स्टेट में आप रहते हैं उसकी प्रॉब्लम और सॉल्यूशन के लिए आपको काम करना है. सो आई होप दैट कि इनोवेशन इट विल बी द कम आउट. और मैं हमेशा कहता हूं कि खुद पर काम करने की जरूरत है. नीड टू वर्क ऑन योरसेल्फ. किसी को किसी पर काम करने की जरूरत नहीं है. सो आई होप दैट कि टुडेज टॉक द यूजफुल दिस वन कि व्हाट इज द विजिबिलिटी. आप क्या हैं? एक काम से दिखाइए, अपने पब्लिकेशन से दिखाइए, अपने आउटपुट से दिखाइए. और जहां तक सर ने एक साइटेशन की बात की है, साइटेशन मीन्स आज यूट्यूब पर जाते हैं, हाउ मेनी फॉलोअर्स. साइटेशन इज ए लाइक अ फॉलोअर, नथिंग दैट्स ऑल. अगर आपके पेपर्स का साइटेशन बहुत अधिक है, इट मीन्स नंबर ऑफ द पर्सन लाइक योर पेपर और उस फॉर्मेट के ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं. और एक ग्रेजुअली इफ इट कैन बी इंक्रीजेस योर क्रेडिबिलिटी द इंक्रीजेस. सो थैंक यू वेरी मच. राइट गोल, राइट टाइम, राइट डायरेक्शन, राइट प्लेस पर आप इंप्लीमेंट करिए. और जो आप चाहते हैं अपने विल पावर को यू कैन कम आउट, उसको हाई लेवल पर रखिए. आई होप दैट इच्छा शक्ति को आप हाई लेवल पर रखिए. आई होप दैट यू कैन अचीव योर गोल. सो थैंक यू वेरी मच सर फॉर दिस opportunity and interact to each and everyone. And I hope that this types of the talk it will be the useful to the each and everyone. You have given your precious time, ISF College of Pharmacy and our core team of the IIC. With the regard, I thankful to for this opportunity you have given to our students and our listeners. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for your kind words. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Devesh sir. Thank you, Director
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you, Manish sir. Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks for time and thank you, sir. Thanks for giving